Jim Howard here in Fort Worth, Texas.
Thanks very much for watching. Okay, let's see, we're testing. I think I maybe have been confusing you and confusing myself. I'm going to stop. I think I've explained enough of my hardware setup here. I'm going to stop talking about what's going on back here with a computer back here that happens to be running Windows 11, and the computer here that's running Chrome operating system. So maybe I should get them names or something. I want to talk about this, and I've got the microphone on a tripod now, and it's the Logitech BRIO 4K. I've got it hooked up, of course, into my Chrome box. Now the Chrome operating system is up to, I think, 100. Version 100, I think. Or is it a little bit more than that? And they have made a bunch of improvements to it. There's still a bunch of improvements that need to be done to it, but I'm able to go over to, the Play Store and take out some apps and things from there. Some of them, I haven't messed with it a lot. Some of them work, some of them don't work so well. I think, what the heck is this one? Open, this is a video editor. Oh, Caden Live. And that's a video editor for making videos. For editing them. I've used it before in Linux, and that's what it's working here now in Linux. From the Chrome operating system, you can go to the Google Play Store, take out apps, and you can also drop into Linux and pull out some things. So I have not edited a video yet since yesterday or whatever. Well, I've been in it before, but we're further along now. They're further along with it, so I'm making this video, and I'm using the camera program, and so that's now the question is, which microphone am I using? Oops. Should be using the, I got chocolate here. My son just brought me one of those big things you can get a duck or something for Easter. I don't know what the heck it was. I got a solid chocolate, except there was a big hollow area inside, but I can't work very well looking at little pieces of chocolate on the desk here. It makes me want to get over there and start licking the desk. I'm teasing. Okay, I think what I might have to do is, well, let me tap this. Then let me bring this microphone over here, away from the little cage, over to here, and see if I'm going to tap this one now. So, which microphone am I using? I'm going to stop and listen to this, watch this video and listen to it, and then I'm going to come back, so don't touch the mouse. I'll be right back and see if I have the correct video, which I know I do, and then I want the I don't want to use the the audio out of the BRIO, although I think it would be probably pretty good, but want to use out of the Elgato Wave 3. So I'm going to stop and I'll be back to let you know what I find out. I'm back. As you can see, I put my hat on. That's to cover up my head. I had a large cancer removed back a few years, skin cancer. What do you call it? Melanoma, is that it? From too much sun or whatever. And I got it. I had people. My ex-wife told me, have you had that checked? And I said, Then I think one or two people, and then a lot of videos. I made a lot of videos, and I think only one or two of you said you should have that checked, and I did have it checked, and the dermatologist or whatever, he had a big project to do, and anyway, I should cover this hat. I mean, I don't, well, we are using the correct microphone. I tapped on the BRIO camera up there, nothing. And I tapped on this, and this is the one we want to be using, and we are using it. When the video, before this, part one, let's call it, I guess, I heard that noise, and I thought, ooh, what in the heck is that? I thought, this isn't going to be good. And then I realized what it was. And you may hear it again. We're 5 or 6 miles from what used to be Carswell Air Force Base here in Fort Worth, Texas. And it was one of the SAC bases. And a lot of I'm not sure if it applies to, if they just did it with air bases, but what they did is, I know that a lot of the air bases, of course, they moved down. They didn't need to have, now we have rockets and everything else. I don't know I can't remember the but they made those bases, and Carswell was one of them. And Carswell was a major, SAC base here in Fort Worth. And I saw a story or something online about it. If I run across it, and if I remember, I'll put the link below, where they talked, I think, about specifically the base, or maybe they talked about, what they did is they converted them to joint bases. Is that how they put it? So the SAC, Air Force Base here was downgraded, and a whole bunch of military people lived in this west area close to the base, homes, apartments, stuff like that. And a whole bunch of people, military people left and were, assigned to someplace else. But the reserve, Navy, Air Force, and Marines, they fly all the time. Seems like 3-4 times a week, maybe 3 times a week. I think Monday through Friday, I think they have a sort of a schedule that you could, and if I wanted to, I could, go out and, it's no secret. I mean, that's their reserve. They go out there, and so I could go out and see what aircraft, I mean, what they're, you know, it's what they're, try to use my camera, maybe get a picture of them. I'm too old to be doing that. I have to go to the bathroom and do number one quite frequently, so there's not much point in going outside and having to turn around about, you know. Old age is just wonderful. I'm not being honest with you. So take care of yourself. Whatever you can do. If you're young, you know, people recommend, doctors recommend, health people recommend, so do those things. I worked, always, and a lot of time I had 2 jobs, and I always did my job, and I thought that I got enough, you know, exercise from doing my job. Nope. So you need to do those other things that they tell you to do, you know. Anyway, so that the hat is to, so you don't have to look at my ugly head, but you got to look at my ugly face, I guess. No, I think I kind of like the, I got a whole bunch of masks up there. I think I kind of like that would be a good excuse, you know, to, sorry, you can't see my face. I have to wear a mask. So anyway, this is working good. Oh, except, you know, that noise you heard in the background were military aircraft going and landing at the base, and maybe doing the touch and go or something. I don't know. Come down and go back up or something. This is a good area to live in if you you want to get some pictures of some aircraft. You know, I've got a, where is it? I've got a, okay, I should have brought it over. Next time I'll bring it over. It's a Panasonic 400. What was it? I think it's a 1200 millimeter, or maybe it's 800. I think it may be 800. And you can get some. Of course, it's hard to, especially aircraft or whatever. So, where was I? What's my name? So the correct, for this setup, the correct camera is working, and it looks like a good picture. Well, I watched the video. It looks like a good picture. What I wanted to mention to you was, okay, this first of all. I'm using this microphone, or not, this speaker system. It's something that I reviewed several years ago. Outdoor speaker, Infinia. I'll put the link to it if I can find it. Some of the stuff that I reviewed so long ago, but I reviewed it and I put it on the shelf. Most of the stuff I reviewed I gave away, but I put this on the shelf and really forgot about it. And then after a while I would see it occasionally when I was digging through for something, and I just, I thought, now it's an outdoor speaker, waterproof, wireless speaker, and it does, you can input with a TF card. You can, it does FM radio. There's no dial. It just discovers the FM radio input, and you can push up and down. You don't see a dial, but you can push, and I guess the battery is 1,500 milliamps, and it's an FM radio and does NFC. But I've had trouble with, well, one reason is because my eyesight. My ears are bad, and have been since like the first grade. So I'm not really into like music a lot and those kind of things. And it's been a problem all my life. I didn't, I wanted to be in the military. I tried to get in twice enlisting, and they wouldn't take me because I was underweight. But even if they had, which is a good thing they didn't take me because, well, they didn't know, but my hearing was really bad. I mean, really bad. Is. And there's no way that I could have served in the military. And I just totally forgot about it. My parents didn't do anything, too. Twice my parents got notices from the school and a graft and everything. And even I was like in second grade was when the test was given, And then I flunked second grade and then took second, and they did a test again, at the school. Because I guess they did the testing during the second grade. And I got these things, and even as a second grader, I was like, it doesn't look good. And of course it's, actually had a kind of graft and like computers, Anyway, I'll put a link to this. This is actually, the sound is good on this speaker, and I forget what the price is, but I'll check. And now when I make this video, when I upload this video here, hopefully in a little bit, I think right now my state of the situation is I'm going to have to download to a USB device or something and move it over here, because it's easier using the editor I have over here. And my next project is to get some software over here on this computer that I can edit it so I don't have to move it back and forth, or the files. Anyway, I got this plugged in, so I don't want to lift it up and disconnect audio or something. Now the other thing that I was going to work on is another thing that I found on the shelf, and I actually forgot that I ever purchased this. And I did purchase it. I didn't get it for reviewing purposes or whatever. Yeah, let me show you the... It's a Windows 10 mini desktop PC. And here's the front cover. And here's some more information about it. I'll try to put the link to this, but I have a feeling that, anyway, Windows 10 full version operating system, 4 gigabytes of memory, and it's DDR3L, and there's 32 gigabytes of storage, and inside is an Intel Cherry Trail Z8350, quad core, 144 gigabytes, and up to 1.84 gigabytes. Does dual monitor, stuff like that. Power supply is just regular power supply. It's in the box. Now, because I have the computer back there is a mini computer also, except a much newer one. And I've got it upgraded to, I think, 32 gigabytes of memory. So I ended up with, it's got 32 gigabytes of memory because it's got two 16 gigabytes of memory, DDR4. And so I think I have two No, not 216. I think I have, let's see, 8. Can't remember now. I think the problem is going to be, I'm not sure, you know, I think this runs DDR3, and I have DDR4 memory, you know, that I took out of the other. So I'm not sure that it's going to work, but man, this thing can be dangerous to hit somebody with. And it doesn't use a fan. Okay, because of the other one, and the bottom just, and that's what supposed to happen here too. The bottom is just supposed to, you know, pop off, and right there, everything is, you have access to everything. It's right there in front of you, and all that kind of stuff. So I thought, I got this out yesterday or whatever, but then on the bottom of this one, it's not like the others. There's, you know, there's no feet unthing. There's, and I looked on YouTube. There's, I think, something that's missing that comes with it. It looks like it's like screws in. It's not regular screws, but I think the threads are like that. And I think there's supposed to be something that you put in there, and you twist it, and then you get this off, and then you can get to everything. So I'll have to look more on YouTube and find somebody who, you know, knows what. Now I have a whole bunch of tools, screwdrivers, hex wrenches, all that kind of stuff. So I think I'll be able to find something, and then I'm guessing that because there's no rubber feet here. I'm thinking that you have to put something the right size in, and then maybe you pull or do a little twist or something and get into it. I hear our Alexa device in the other room, and that means the pizza is ready that we put in the oven. So I'm going to stop here and try to put this video together some way, and then I need to get over on here so I can do the editing. But today I'm going to have to do the editing over here. So I've got hooked up USB different, you know, I can put different chips in there to transfer it to a memory chip. So I think what I'll be doing is transferring it over here and then using whatever the editor I'm using over here on Windows. If you have a recommendation, if you happen to have a Chrome, if you're using the Chrome operating system, which, you know, supports Linux, if you, and I can't remember, I've done them in the past, but is it open? Anyway, if you have a recommendation on a editor, Linux, or the Android Play Store, or is it because the is it the Android Play Store that works, or is it the because that works and I have access to that. Maybe I'll try that over here and pull up. The only problem is you pull those things up and then you know, they say they're free, but then you know, things pop up. Do you want it to work? Do you want it to edit out you know, at 1080p? You know, do you want to do it at 30 frames a second or something? You know, there's things. So I don't know. If you got a recommendation, let me know. Thank you very much for watching. I got to get in and eat to get some pizza before everybody else beats me to it. Thank you for watching.